Goku faced threats beyond modern-day Earth, including Frieza and Cell, who represent space and time challenges. Frieza, inspired by land developers, was symbolic of space, while Cell symbolized the future.
The future.
Dragon Ball chronicled Goku's rise as the strongest being on planet Earth, and Toriyama felt it was only natural that the scope of his threats began to expand beyond Earth. Toriyama's reasoning for how he came up with Frieza and Cell provides some insight into how the two iconic villains came to be, and how they are both secretly connected by this theory of challenging Goku. It was only with the advent of the Dragon Ball Z era that the series began to see threats emerge from beyond Earth, and the franchise began to transition to being more sci-fi than fantasy, although fantastical elements remain to this day. First there were, of course, the Saiyans, including Vegeta, which ultimately led Goku to finding out about Frieza in the first place. With Goku having conquered every challenge so far and even emerged as the World Martial Arts Tournament champion, it was clear that he needed to face threats on an entirely new scale.
That's a big Twinkie.
In the Daizenshu 2 databook, Toriyama did an interview as translated by Kanzen Shu, in which he elaborated on the creation of Frieza. Having become the strongest on Earth, Goku and co had also beat the Saiyans who came from outside Earth, and then they went out into the universe. I came up with Frieza around the time of the bubble, and the land shark was the worst person of all, so I made him the #1 land shark in the universe. Frieza's inspiration from real estate developers is pretty obvious from his MO, wiping out all life on the planet and then claiming them as his own, selling them to buyers at a high price. By the bubble, Toriyama is referring to Japan's rapid economic growth and subsequent collapse in the 90s, a time when land prices reached insane levels in Japan. What's really interesting, however, is that Frieza was designed to represent the broader universe, a challenge that would undeniably put Goku on a new level of power, and one that he ultimately matched by going Super Saiyan. In the interview, Toriyama continues talking about Cell. Since they had become the strongest in even the universe, they next had to surpass time. So with that, I did time travel stuff, but it was really rough. Therefore, Cell symbolically represents the future, the greatest challenge imaginable. With Cell's defeat, Goku and his friends had not only conquered space but time as well, making them the ultimate champions of the universe. The idea of Frieza representing space and Cell representing time is an interesting one, as they make up two of the fundamental aspects of the universe. With this line of thinking, it's no wonder that Dragon Ball Super would eventually go on to establish a multiverse for the franchise. It was basically the only way left to escalate. Two of Dragon Ball's most recognizable villains were created to showcase Goku's success across space and time, and with his victory over them cementing him as the most powerful mortal ever.
If so powerful you are, why leave?
First up, a forehead flick, followed by a nice neck chop,